Hey, we're so excited about week 2. A Better Life series is going great. Here's our video blog for today. We want to talk about 5 important things that's included in God's plan for your life. You need to be sure that these things are a part of what you're pursuing, that they're a part of your vision for your life, they're a part of what God has purposed for your life. Ephesians 2:10 says you're God's handiwork, and He's created a good life. He's prearranged, prepared for you to live this good plan. He's made it ready for you. So here's the 5 things that I want to give you. First of all, God's plan for your life is all about Him. It's all for Him. It's all about Him. You were created to know your God. You were created to have a relationship with Him. And so your life must have a God factor in it. If there's no God in your life, then you're not living a better life. You're not living the life or the plan that God has for you. But Romans 11:36 says everything comes from God alone. Everything lives by His power, and everything is for His glory. Here's the second important thing about God's plan for your life, is that it involves the people around you. It involves your spouse if you're married. It involves your kids if you have a family. It involves your church community. That God's plan for your life, what He's prearranged and made ready for you, includes the people in your life. And we see from Romans chapter 12 that we're like the various parts of a human body, and each part gets its meaning from the other part. So each person finds meaning in the relationships that they build around them. So it's so important that we commit, that we connect, that we're intentional about the relationships and the people that we're running with, because it's about God's plan and it's about what God has for our life. Here's number 3. God's plan is going to take everything you got. It's going to take all of your efforts in order to fulfill God's will, to do what God's called you to do, to go for the good life that God has for you. So it takes your abilities, it takes your talents, it takes your creativity, it takes your passion, it takes your heart. And that's what the Bible says. Whatever you do, do it with all your heart. Do it to the glory of God. Do it like you're doing it for Jesus. And here's number 4. The 4th part of God's plan for your life, the good purpose He has for you, is that it's going to cause you to grow. You're going to have to grow in character. You're going to have to grow in your relationship with God and with others. It causes you to grow on the inside, grow spiritually with those things that God has blessed you with. So Romans 12:2 is my favorite verse when it talks about growing, being transformed by the renewing of your mind. See, let's don't be like the world. There's plenty of people out there that's like the world. Let's be like God. Let's be transformed. Let's learn to think like God. So you're going to have to change your thinking and be transformed, renew your mind, if you're going to live God's plan for your life. And here's the last part of God's plan, that a part of God's plan is that it's to make a difference in the lives of others. If you don't make a difference in the lives of others, then it's not God's plan working in your life. Everything that God does in our lives is so that we can reach out and help others. Focus on helping others, reaching others, and pointing them back to God. So have a great week. I hope you enjoyed this video blog. Take these scriptures and begin to kind of meditate on them and think about them. Let's go for all that God has for us. Let's live the good life that He has in store for you and I.